Welcome back to the IEM Chicago European Closed Qualifier. We are possibly on our last map here that we're going to have from the European region, Snods, as Ence picked up the win on Mirage, and North have to try and fight back now on Inferno.
They do indeed. 16-14 win from Ence, so it wasn't as if it was a very convincing win. They still have a lot to prove. They're not out of the woods just yet on Inferno. That was their map pick, so they are going to be expected to win it. And now Inferno for North. North's map pick.
Yeah, but it hasn't exactly been North in the driving seat when we've seen them on Inferno before. They lost on this map to Ence the last time they faced off in this exact qualifier, and that's why this rematch is quite scary, because they pretty much got manhandled by Ence the good majority of the time the last time they faced off.
Yeah, I think it was like a 16-7, 16-6 scoreline. It was very, very one-sided. I think it was like 15-4 at one point, and then obviously North got a few rounds to get a bit of confidence, but apart from that, it was all in favor of Ence. And coming into Inferno, you know, Aerial didn't look quite as good as he has done throughout the whole qualifier. Sergey looked very good on the last map, and X7 as well had a few key rounds. Obviously, whenever we cast North, there's always the one map where Kirby has 30 kills. Did he just waste it on Mirage? He's on 30 kills, Valde's on like 27, 26, and still they couldn't quite finish the map off.
That's the scary thought as well, because they put everything into that. 100% energy, big Kirby energy, and it just didn't work out.
No, it didn't, to be blunt like that. Then again, the advantage or the silver lining here for North is the fact that we've seen Ence choke away many maps in these best of threes throughout the upper bracket final, and now if they're doing the lower bracket final as well, they're going to be kicking themselves. If you remember, they went 1-0 up versus Avantgarde. We thought, okay, Ence decimated Avantgarde Mirage. It's going to be a 2-0 to Ence or a 2-1 win for Ence. Surely they take it. The second map, Inferno, they were up 13-8. We said, okay, this should be GG here. Avantgarde are broke. They've only got pistols. And then suddenly, Avantgarde win an eco round. Then suddenly, Avantgarde start winning buy rounds. Suddenly, Ence start making mistakes. They start missing shots. Players who are behind smoke start panically spamming. If you remember, there was a time where one of the players from Ence was boosted towards the B site. He started shooting by accident before the players even came in. Telegraphed where he was. They just turned and shot him. So I think maybe pressure is on the team. Obviously, you had the pressure of not qualifying for the major qualifier, losing at the best of 3 to an IP. You then go to Cologne, you have a good upset versus Mousesports, you put yourself on the map, you get some attention, but they need to follow it up.
Yeah, this would be the logical next step as well. This is the one you expect the team to sort of try and qualify for, and then from that point, this could be the start of sort of a legacy here, really, because you're just outside of the top 10. You're 3 ranks away from that. You've shown you have a lot of talent, and that has been the impressive fact throughout the entire qualifier, right? Is we know Kirby, he's a known quantity. We know he can pop off and have 30 frags into a game and just be that big dominant force. But for the side of Ence, it's been interesting seeing new things from different players. The fact that Serge has been quite quiet, but Sergey's had big rounds here and there. He's been able to step up massively when he needs to, but Aerial has been sort of the biggest one we've seen, really. He's been the biggest man, and that's the crazy point, is because he wasn't really the one that all the spotlight's been on, but he's proven how effective as a player he is and what more there could actually potentially be from him, but he was a little bit quieter there, and that's the uncharacteristic point. Because this team has so many stars, they sort of rotate out a little bit who's going to do the body of the work, the big shift, and that's the worrying fact. Unless everyone comes into full force mode from Ence into Inferno, I think they might lose it, because the only times we've seen them win it have been when everyone's popping off. When they've had a pretty normal game, they've struggled.
Yeah, I mean, what's surprising, when you first heard about the team being formed with Sergey, Alu, etc., we thought, okay, well, Alu's going to be the key piece here. Can Alu carry the team and have the backup of the younger stars such as Sergey, etc., to bring the team into a top 20? You know, even top 20 back then was so difficult. We thought, you know, can they even achieve that? They've done more than that. They qualified for Tier 1 events before of Cologne. They've nearly made it to a major qualifier. Now the major has all been combined together. And now they're one map away from qualifying for another Tier 1 event at Chicago. So the team has a very good trajectory. But it's the fact that you didn't expect Ali to be probably one of the quietest players on the team. Obviously, when you see the guy in interviews, he's very calm, very level-headed, quite quiet in that regard. And maybe that's what the inexperienced players, need, you know. When you're 16, 17 years old, you have so much passion and so much energy coming into these matchups, and maybe they just need that calm, collected veteran head just to bring them back to reality, calm down, because they cannot panic in this scenario. Yes, you have a map advantage, but you had the map advantage versus Avangard only yesterday when you were one map away from qualifying. Here versus North, you cannot make the same mistake of thinking you've already won.
And that's the fact as well, you don't have a safety net this time. If you lose out here, there isn't a third spot. That's it, the run's over. This is the big one. This is the last available spot for Europe for IEM Chicago, so you got to give it your A game, Snods. And that's the worry, in fact, right? Either of these two teams could be going home here today. North are one map away from being kicked out, but well,
not qualifying, not qualifying.
Walking out of the qualifier, they wouldn't be able to get in there, and that's the scary point. So it's interesting it has gone down like this. We're possibly one of the more evenly matched games we've had towards the end. The rematch, obviously, we've seen it once before in the upper bracket. The map pool is constantly shared. And interestingly enough as well, the play styles do sort of linger over in terms of MSL and Alu. Both of them have been rocking a very similar start throughout the entire qualifier. The only difference being that MSL hasn't picked up that up once on the T side and is very clean-cut with what he does. With Alu, we can expect something a little bit more flashy at times. He's got more in his utility belt. He's not as restricted.
Only time we saw MSL AWPing was yesterday versus Heroic versus Mertz. I think that was a bit of an ego thing.
That seemed like more of a grudge.
Yeah, there was something into that one. You know, we haven't seen him AWP the whole day. Even the first day
versus Mertz.
The one match on train, T-side is the only time he used it. And actually, the only time he had the AWP was when he was given it when he killed Mertz and obviously picked up off his corpse.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, it's all been rifles. Nuke could be a great map to see. Obviously, we know that typically T-side, you go 5 rifles. AWPs aren't very effective there, so maybe that's very good for North. But that's if we get to that third map. North have to win Inferno, otherwise it's a 2-0.
It is their map pick, but they've lost on it before, and it's not, you know, out of the ordinary to say they might not be able to win this here today, but we're going to find that out once we do get into the actions. It seems like we're almost ready to get underway with this one. Ence versus North, and the second map of the best of 3. It's Inferno. If it goes the whole hog, it will be Nuke, but if it doesn't, that is going to be Ence booking their tickets and securing their spot at IEM Chicago, and that would be a huge deal for the team right now.
Most definitely. Especially for North as well. We haven't heard much from them recently. They are going to the major qualifier. They have made their adjustment of bringing in Nico, replacing Mertz. So, do they need more time under the roster before they can start to qualify for these bigger events? Or can they bring this one back into a 2-1 victory on this map and the next? But early on, CT's looking strong, but AZ looking stronger.
Yeah, the fight back there seemed like all the damage was done by Aerial and Alexiv in the early game, but the response is AZ, the crazy apps warrior, as he does evict everyone from their apartments. They have not paid their rent, and he is furious.
Minute 10 left on the clock. AZ, 70 HP, USB in hand, has to collect the bomb towards the T stairs. So the next kill is paramount. He will be jumping around and giving away the sound cues. Ence now know exactly where he is. And he's dead. 6 feet under as it goes 1-0 in favor of Ence. So far, Ence have won 3 out of 3 pistols in this best of 3. And now into the second round. Bomb was not planted. Typically, we would see the T's force here. So far, they will be doing just that. Oh, actually, they're going to be leaving some money on the table. 800 there for Valde, well, $800, $1,000 across the board typically. So that means, to me, North have an execution in mind for the first buy round. Maybe it's a heavy execute towards the B side where they need their smokes, molotovs for emo, for back boxes, for first, second oranges. Maybe they have an execution towards the A side, a wall of smokes that requires 4 or 5 smokes in utility. But yeah, the fact they haven't bought armor shows there's something behind it.
Ooh, Aerial, nearly with a hat-trick of kills. He is also now the landlord. He will go down. 3 men remain for that T side. They're actually backtracking into the crosshair of Alexiv as well as he's pushed down Banana and holds. They're just waiting for the face to come around. Has support of his teammate as well, so this should be a very easy thrashing of the T's. X7 gliding through the air with a UMP as the UN kicks him out of the server. It is just AZ that remains. He is now in a body bag, and the second round does go the way of Ence. As expected with a buy, they just lost Aerial, so it's a pretty effective round as well.
2-0, and as you said, only one player dying. That was Aerial, so they can drop him a weapon or he can buy himself. But apart from that, they've been able to stack up some cash. Same can be said for North, though. Many investing into P250, smoke flashbang. They weren't able to use their utility as the push came in towards apartments before they could even get their apps burst going. So, peeking towards middle. AZ anticipates that one. Can't quite connect the headshot onto Alu. But Once again, no Kevlar here for North, so should be a third round easily won by Ence. As they are walking in towards the B bomb site. Up close, Alexeb and X7.
Another smoke goes down to waste as much time as possible. Good use of a Molotov as well. Does burn, but make him a bit more crispy, so X7 could go in and bite down on these tasty chicken wings. That's the good majority of them taken out of the server already. Alexib still knows there's 2 more in position, just tagging and fragging away. As Kirby's the only one that remains, he's going to get pushed. A ton of funds made there. They won with a multi-ball, Snods. That is a bit of a jackpot as the cash on Ence is racking up.
It is. First buy round, and Ence have got $6,700 and $6,000 as well onto Alu, so that's looking good so far. And they are going to be keeping 3 SMGs and a FAMAS into the first buy round, so they're using it as that sort of bonus round. If they lose it, whatever, they can still buy. If they win it, brilliant. Their money's going to be in a very good position. HE's towards the bottom of Banana. Usually it's towards the middle portion, so they're expecting a slower round from North. But Molotovs do expire, and North slowly start to take map control and trickle in towards top Banana. Molotov at the corner, denies the peek from Ence, but they've got 3 players here, Jack, and a flashbang's pinned by X7.
Oh, Alexib goes straight in. Good use of the flashbang there from his teammate, but unfortunately they couldn't overpower Kirby. Far too strong. Knows how to handle 2 men at once as he takes them both down in a matter of seconds and falls back into the 5 versus 3, Snods. It's just X7, Alu and Aerial that remain on the CT side, and they're unsure where this play is going to come to. They rotate Alu over towards the B site to stack up and try and be an extra bit of a support beam, barrier to entry against North, but how strong they're looking right now. It'll be a very awkward fight, but X7, that is pure filth. Peeks out, cheekiness on display as he hits him with that one.
Cheeky little fadeaway shot there from X7. Makes this one a bit more manageable here for Ence. Still in the Mantis advantage though as North pin the grenades. The Molotov in towards first and second oranges. Smokes lined up for coils and CT. X7, Alu have to go huge here and they have no Molotovs to deter North. All they have is their aim.
X7 from the site though, looking effective as he washes over them from the fountain. Alu and Aerial, the only 2 that remain, but they're getting the critical kills. This is the damage that needs to be done, attempting to bait them in with a bomb plant sound, but it was just a ruse. Aerial launches out the Kobe as he tries to hit it upon them, Snods, but it is all up to him now. A 1 versus 2. Nico and Valde playing a supportive angle. He might suspect 1 man to be there, but will he expect both of them hiding in the same angle? They peek out, they try and get a read on him, they tag him, see look, he's still debating where they're going to be, doesn't realise they're both there, they face from either side, like a pop-out book, they peek out and take him down.
Yeah, good play there from North, obviously doubling up towards the back boxes. There's no way that the remaining player from Ence would have anticipated both players to be there. North, they show 1 player towards back boxes, and you saw he had to clear out Emo, had to clear out first, second oranges, had to be paranoid about so many different crossfires that they could have had, when actually they were both there towards triple. And as you said, they peaked like a pop-up book. 3, 2, 1. So, into this round then. Alu trying to get aggressive here and find the first opening pick in favour of his team. Spots the player jumping in towards second middle of the bridge, but couldn't quite connect it. MSL then, can he connect the shots? Yes, he can. X7 down to 46 HP, and he's still going.
Nice curiosity as well. Opting to push quite deeply into the site. He spotted out the location of X7. Completely negated his position, but it does not matter. Even from a disadvantage angle, he can still play to the best of his ability. Picks up 2 huge frags. Has delayed the push for at least enough time to give Alexib good amount of time to slip through runes. Gets a little tag off. North are on the site, Snods, but they're still quite delayed. And they're scared as well. The CTs are so close, the retake's easy to mount, the bomb isn't even down, and a majority of the work's been done. Finally, they're going to try and get that plant through. AZ gets the better of Sergej there, as he will get the kill on him with the Kalashnikov, and we're into the 2 versus 3, as this round gets more fierce by the second. Push coming back round. They need to work as a unit, but the utility has almost been completely expunged. It is just the smoke and HE, well, the smoke and flashbang actually that remain. So at least they got a little bit of an opportunity to peek out. Alexib with a boost up, peeks over coffins and gets both of the frags. The afterplant for North there, forced off the bomb site, not in any fantastic positions, and they go down.
That was very weird there from North. The remaining 2 players ganged up behind the smoke. Maybe they wanted to go behind the smoke and boost over it to peer in towards the bomb. Maybe they thought the Molotov that came in from Ence was actually going to molly out towards the generator, or the old generator, now called Pool. But molly out towards, molly out towards Pool, that's why they fell back. But actually the Molotov was nowhere near it, so they could have stayed at the headshot angle. Strange play there from North. Maybe just the chaos of the situation was the issue. Alexeb, they're coming back from the chaos of pistols charging his way, but they peek one by one, and he makes it look so goddamn easy. 4 kills for him. Yes, gonna get the final frag there. Nearly got stolen by X7, but 5-1 here. North, once again, with another buy round.
Alexeb, 13-1 as well. Just as he held back and kept just slowly backing away, finding all the kills, one after another. I mean, ridiculous Snods. He's been able to just annihilate them. He's manhandled a lot of them. Obviously, they didn't have the best weapons, but they couldn't even kill him. 13-1. That's nice, isn't it? Look, 1-3, 3-1. If you read it backwards, it's still 13-1. Wow.
Sorry, what? Oh, yeah, I get you.
1-3, 3-1.
Yeah, 1-3, 3-1, yeah, I get you.
It's like race car. Is race car backwards?
I swear you know a few of these.
What, you mean my antigrams?
Antigrams, yeah.
Yeah, like, what's it? Under 50. No, under 40 is rearranged. Can be over 50.
Really?
I think so. I had a few of them written down.
You did, but you
They were pretty good. I'll bring them back another time.
Wasn't there like a bite down one?
Well, no, bite down is because when people say Ents need to bite down now, actually your jaw never moves down. Your jaw just moves up, if you think about it. This part of your jaw, when you speak, it moves up. Oh, you never really bite down.
Yeah. Your front teeth stay the same. Yeah.
You just bite up. You physically can't bite down on something. You can bite up on things.
Okay.
So North need to start biting up.
They do. They do. Well, Ali goes for that mid-peak once again. He's so close to finding multiple entries here against North, but each time doesn't quite connect the shot. But towards this B site, it's been a stronghold for Ence. Alexeb and X7 have been very, very potent here. HE grenades towards top of Banana are going to be deployed, but maybe a little bit too prematurely. If they waited, well, maybe if they waited for never. As North are actually going to be slowly funneling back. Bottom Banana coming in towards top mid. About to walk into the scope of Alu and the M4 from Sergey at the end of the balcony. Ence have 2 players in towards the balcony right now. This is quite strange.
Ooh, Alexeb kills Kirby. X7 is only on 1 HP though. Luckily enough, they're not going anywhere near that site. Alu's angle has been smoked off. His vision will be restricted as the utility starts to get launched out by North. They want to block off every angle. All the lines of sight need to be more and more awkward and sell the idea of the fake because they've been lampooned, Nods. In reality, it's a play towards B. And now this is where the hobbling X7 with his cane to try and keep him up is going to be overwhelmed by this fierce fire team from North. They're in position, still have 2 smokes and all the flashbangs in the world.
25 seconds left as the smokes are deployed towards the B side. The boost, though, from X7. Oh, the flashbang works so well, but they don't really check towards boost. 2 kills falling in the favor of Ence now, as it's a 4 versus 2. North still on 1 round. They need more if they want a chance of coming back into their T half, and this is a crucial one. With 7 seconds left, the bomb does go down. The flank coming in towards Banana from Sergey. The triple retake coming in towards CT as well. This frag from MSL could be monumental, but the timing is so poor.
Oh, the follow-up field comes in though. X7 hits fast against Nico. MSL, he's trying to save the day. Went for the aggressive burst, but Alu is going to be able to find that frag as he kneels down, accepting his defeat. The defuse will come through, Snods. That is now a 6-1 scoreline. Ence are storming ahead. Now, interestingly enough, I did remember one of them. Customer is actually an antigram for store scum.
Sometimes I have been a store scum. But yeah, back to that round. I mean, we saw the boost coming out towards CT from Ence. They're anticipating the execution from MSL. They were correct. What was strange, though, was the fact that North peaked before the CT smoke, but they didn't spot the boosted player. Either they were flashed by their own flashbang, either because AZ, I think it was so close to CT, he didn't actually see him on his screen. I'm not sure, but either way, there's no way X7 on 4 or 5 HP should have been finding a kill there, especially after they were checking it. But Now North once again onto pistols, coming in towards quad. They might have caught Sergey in area and have a little bit of a fun time in towards balcony. But even then, Sergey gets away scot-free. Kills now, easy for Ence, of course, as it's all coming up Woodland.
Yep. Very, very simple stuff into the round. The only one that actually does get a frag so far is MSL. He also steals the AWP away from Alu and goes on to try and cause a little bit more commotion in the ocean, but shoots above Alexib and is punished because of that. But Kirby with the CZ, he's not out of juice just yet, it seems. Still able to execute anyone that dares to try and defy him. Jumps on his moped and tries to speed his way into a beautiful frag. Oh, so close. Unfortunately, the CZ not going to give him that blissful fourth and final frag into the round, so he will be slain by Aerial. Too close for comfort, though, in a round that should have been Ence's from the get-go.
Yeah, that was close there. We've seen a few good CZ plays from North, but it's all individual plays that haven't accumulated into round wins. 7-1 now as we head into the 9th round, and we do see another buyout coming from North. No AWP for MSL once again, as we know he likes to wield the AK on the T side. But Alu has the AWP in hand, and the problem is he has no resistance. There's no AWP holding towards middle. That's why he goes for that mid-peak every single round, because he knows MSL is going to be holding for that. And it gives him a free reign of finding opening picks. He could even be open towards Banana as well, and there'd be no resistance there from North apart from flashbangs. But coming into this round, the peak comes through. X7 unable to win the duel versus Nico, but it's Alexeb for one. Oh, and the collateral from Alu saves the day.
Alu annihilates everyone in front of him. Easy with a trade will also be put into an early grave, and Valde's the only one left. A 1 versus 2. Alu would like to round it out with a third frag, which he gets. And that's Ence picking up 8 rounds now. Looking good on their CT half, Snods. Definitely showing that they can overpower North. It doesn't matter that it's their map pick. Inferno is far too close of a map between these two teams.
17 kills, 4 deaths for Alexeb. Feels like the players from Ence have just been juggling the star role. One day it's Aerial, one day it's Sergey, one day it's Alu, one day it's Alexeb. And even X7 has a few key rounds. Ooh. Oh, wow, did he just do that full flashed? I'm pretty sure he was fully blind there. He found the double entry. Can't quite believe his luck, as he has an M4 to claim for it. X7 up close. Remember, North have lost so many rounds in a row, Jack, that they have Kevlar now. Oh no, the push comes through. Now they have all the information. They know it's going to be a burst towards A.
Aerial, so many angles to try and look at once, but he adjusts, gets the follow-up headshot. Aerial somehow able to find 2 before he goes down, but the bomb will still be planted. Valde is able to hammer in those numbers. Start to back off to a better position. X7 and Alu, the 2 CTs that remain. In a 2 versus 3. They don't have much cash. Aerial's the only one with a lot stacked up. Alu at 4K. They can still try and go for it, and they're going to want to, though. Through the smoke, Kirby. It's picked off. Alu, the superstar sniper, is making their lives easier, but time is of the essence, and they need to go right now. Nico punished. The only one left is Valde, but they don't know he's playing from pit. They haven't seen him yet, and they can't work out where he is. He's actually in graveyard as well, so he's just going to be hiding there. Can pop out at the right time. Gets one with a CZ, but the angle favors X7 as he's on the bomb. Valde couldn't find him. North, they had done all of the groundwork. They had paved the way. But when it gets to the end, Snods, they realized they had missed a big old chunk.
Heartbreaking for North to lose a round in that fashion. The worst weapon for that scenario is the CZ. It's so bad in those sorts of clutches where with 12 bullets, you kill one player and you don't have enough ammunition to spam the smoke. And that's a round where Kirby kills 2 people fully blind. North, are they going to get another opportunity that good? Well, let's see. Once again coming in towards B. 3 players from North situated towards top Banana as they Molotov the corner, forcing back X7. And X7, you know, he didn't get the kills, but he was the MVP of that round. He pushed immediately, found out there was no one towards top Banana from North, and gave Aerial all the information he needed. So, North now have top Banana control. They can leave Kirby here alone. Now they can go double boiler, flash in middle, smoke off arch, take top mid control, and then MSL can have his mid around cool.
Got a minute on the clock here as the smoke start to come in. MSL. Contact face from the AWP is nice. It works out well. Kills Alu. Can now try and carry on his path to success. There's the face from Aerial. Takes the AWP out of their hands, but there was a rapid trade, and Nico and Valde are quite low, out in the open. Fully white from that flashbang, could not see a single thing in front of him. And it's just Alexib and X7 out to try and fight this back. North, might they be actually getting themselves a second round now? As this should in reality be the save for Ence. They don't want to overcommit to this Alexib. Testing his luck here. Throws it away, Snods. The headshot through the smoke for Nico. A lucky one at that. Followed the tracers back through the smoke, gets the kill. And it's just X7 that remains. He has to go for the full save. Both of the players, well, every one of the players on Ence really sitting there at about 2.3k. Just Alexib and X7 that are lower than that. North will get their second round in such a long time, so they are susceptible to a reset.
Well, they have 4 players alive, so in terms of a reset, not really the most, well, potent one. If they lose this round, you can see they all can still buy. So let's see. This is a best of 3, remember? So did the North America one, that's a best of 5 because there's only 1 slot. So 1 loss here from North and they will be out of the runnings to play at Chicago. Round number 12. X7 with the M4. $2,000-$3,000 across the board for the remaining players of Ence. And this really goes to show how close the rounds have been. Ence win, what, 4 or 5 rounds in a row, and all they have to show for it is 1 M4, and that M4 is already out the server. 1-for-1 trade there towards Top Banana. Now it's just USPs, CZs to deal with the rest of what North have to offer.
Sergio gets the kill onto Valde. So there's actually only 3 T players left alive on the side of North. This round has not gone well at all for them so far. Ence don't even have weapons, Nodge. The CZ, the P250. Alexib just with a USP in his hands, and they're set up on this bomb site. Still just going to be playing the crossfires and waiting for the push to come in towards them. The nades haven't forced them out of their positions just yet. As the rotate starts to come around as well with the backstab potential, they all start to peek out. Alexib gets one, playing a game of ring around the Rosies as well, but Nico is able to find that frag in the end. And it's a 2 versus 2 retake. 4 AKs, 4 players, and a dream for either side here as the face goes through from Aerial first. He's going to attack, cuts him down with Ence's sword as he'll behead the first one. Nico is done for, and it's all on AZ. Oh, the lineup, the double kill for AZ. That is filth. The heroic play there.
Well, now the clutch is going in favor of North. 9-3. 6-round advantage, though, nevertheless, for Ence. There's still 3 more rounds to be played out, so they can still get to double digits if they need to on their CT side and have a very strong buffer going into their T side aggression. So, Alu, aggressive once again with the AWP here towards middle. Oh, actually won't be anything just yet as North send 3 players in towards apartments. This might signal a lapse burst coming in towards the A bomb side, which could be very effective. Think of what MSL has seen so far. He's seen Ence stack 3 towards Top Banana heavily. He's seen very heavy AWP play from Alu as well towards Archway. If they go out balcony, there should be more than one here, but there is. It's going to be Sergey Alu to try and hold the line, but so far nothing comes about from it. But yeah, there you go. Alu playing towards Arch, which means only 2 players on towards default and towards the balcony. Therefore, outburst very effective.
Yeah, it's worked very well for them. This is actually going to be the easiest round they've won so far at their T side, as they're going to get through with the 3 players that remain. 4 players, rather, for North, as the bomb's gone down. That'll be a 9-4 scoreline. It's like the last time we saw them play here, really, on this map, Snods. They get a couple of confidence rounds towards the end of the half. Ence dominate for a good majority of the game, and North have to just try and grab on and be ridden along on their coattails.
So, as you said, North have been slow starters in actually most of these matches. Alexib, X7 trying to save, but Valde will deny that. So 2 weapons here saved. And with that, I imagine Ence saved this one. Obviously, there's only 2 rounds remaining, so you save this round and then you full buy into the last and try play for a 10-5 lead. That would be best case scenario. They still have got an AWP from Alu, who continuously gets aggressive in towards middle. Obviously, MSL isn't AWPing, so there's no one there to hold that. They should have a player flash mid and jump in Vietnam to deny that as well. You can do that with a rifle very effectively. But fast play here.
Alexib from behind the sandbags. Molotov goes down, everyone just spamming at him. He was trying to take the one-on-one, but they just started to group up more and more until the pressure mounted too much. Then they get the kill. Alu with the AWP though, does go for the pick down mid as per usual. Let's find a bit of success there as he annihilates Valde. They have got the site control. What can they do with this? For Ence, it's really just a matter of trying to make this one costly and gain the weapons from it. They're making it look winnable at this point, Snods. They've picked up the AKs. They're into a position where potentially it could go in their favor. There is a player just hiding behind now, waiting to go for the peek. It's Nico that swings out. Does get the first tag down, and eventually is traded back. A 2 versus 3 play.
No defuse kit for Ence. And there's only about 20 seconds left on the defuse, so they have to make quick work of MSL. Down to 26 HP. Alu going to be charging in there, but I think MSL's done enough for time. I don't know if he has it.
Jumping on it, Snods. He's going to try and go for the wrist.
I think he might have it
this
just.
The last second. Oh, this is so tight.
Oh. No. Millisecond off it. Well, MSL does the job. He gets the first kill in the 1 versus 2. In the 1 versus 1, he hides. He plays the patient game right down to the milliseconds. Round number 15. 5 rounds accumulated now for North, so they have something to work with going into their CT half. But mostly from North, they've been a T-sided team in this qualifier, even in the last map as well. They were down, and then the T-side, they nearly win it 16-14. When they were down 13-8. But Sergey, aggressive in towards second middle, only good enough for 1, so that trade's really going in favor of North in terms of the numbers, but he was still able to get some spray damage onto AZ and Nico, so could argue 50-50.
North's players have been beaten up a bit. They have been bruised. There's Nico and AZ down to 71 and 55 HP there. Pushing their way up towards the site. Alexib, he loves going for the aggressive face with support. Next 7 gets the first slay. Easily tries to follow it up and will do so, but he goes down to Valde. And it's just a 2 versus 3 now. This could be the 10-5 half for Ence. It looks like it's going in that favor, especially when they push through 1 by 1 out of the smoke. Valde can plant the bomb, and it's all up to him to clutch it. He would need to go huge into the round. A 1v2. They have no kit once again. There could be one on the floor for him to collect. Alu, he's the first on the scene, but his barrel's been spotted. Valde knows to just pre-fire the angle once he peeks. This is going to be an incredible round for Valde. It would be the 4K and make their lives so much easier if they can get the 9-6 scoreline rather than the 10-5 aerial. Coming over, no kit. Couldn't find one, couldn't scavenge one. Pushes in, suspects the angle, but Valde cuts his head clean off Snods. Beats him down. And saves them the round and possibly puts them into a much better position now going into that second half.
3 clutches, 1 for North. You had a 1 versus 2 from AZ, 1 versus 2 from MSL, and then a 1 versus 2 from Valde as well. So if those clutches, even one of them goes in favor of Ence, you're looking at double-digit half, 10-5, 11-4, for example. So Ence, you know, looked convincing early on. North with the clutch is able to bring it back into a competitive fashion. 9-6 at the half. Obviously, the pistol round is going to make a massive difference. It really does in CSGO. Yeah. Get off to a good lead in terms of, you know, just getting 3 extra rounds, plus the money's in your favor. So it all depends. It all depends. Ence have looked very good on their CT sides mostly. It's the T sides where they start to let things slip a little bit. But let's see. They choked yesterday versus Avantgarde. I think you have to be blunt about that. They had such big leads on both maps. They couldn't close it out. Here versus North, they have to get over that hurdle.
That was more on their CT side as well, where you could see lots of issues of struggling. This time, their CT side looked pretty effective. Moving on over to the T side now, though. Can they keep up the constant level of aggression? I mean, Alexib, a huge game for him. A lot of that was the fact, though, constant early fights towards Banana, and he was playing it like a bodyguard, just a bouncer standing there, backhanding anyone that tried to
Where's your ID?
Yeah.
Are you 21?
Get out.
You look about 25, mate.
Yeah.
I still look like I'm 16.
That's all right. You know, we'll distribute the age. It'll be fine.
Exactly what half it. Then we're 21, and then we're 21.
It works.
It works.
It all goes full circle. But For Ence, they only need 16 rounds, Nods. That's all they have to pick up here. And they've got 9 in the bank so far. North on 6. It's still a close affair, as the majority of these games between these two sides have been. It starts off a bit one-sided, levels out towards the middle portion, then normally comes back to either a very close game or a pretty much whitewash in the second half. So let's see if this is going to be a close affair or Ence running away with things.
It's true. It's 9-6. If obviously Ence win the pistol, they win the conversion round. It's 12-6. You know, they're doubling the scoreline from North. At that point, with a massive advantage like that, you should be closing the map out. But I believe we are going to be ready with it very, very soon, so we can stop waffling and get into the action to find out who is the last team qualifying and joining Avangard at Chicago. Obviously, we've got North American qualifiers later today, this morning. Then you've also got the Asian qualifiers and the other regions that are coming into play. So it's going to be a very stacked event at the early portion of November.
Yeah, there is a lot of good teams that have already obviously got their spot, and these are the teams now that are trying to prove their worth to get those final few spaces and fill out the event's roster, which should be a tasty affair. That is November 10th to 11th. Obviously, pretty early qualifiers, as there is still a lot more going on.
It's only a 2-day event. I just realised that.
Yeah, mate.
Wow, that's... Ooh.
It's a quickie.
They might need a B-stream for that.
We'll see. It will be available, of course.
Hello. Anyway, jokes aside, match should be ready here soon. Who do you reckon is going to take it?
I think this one's for Ence. I think this is a 2-0 for Ence. Obviously, they've proven their worth, Snods. They had a huge run in the upper bracket. I reckon this is where they come in and start to close things down now and do actually find success and finally get that spot at IEM Chicago. For North, it just seems like there's still too many slight issues that haven't quite been ironed out yet.
Oh, fast play from Ence coming in towards middle. MSL smoked off. And it's all down to Nico under the balcony, trying to get one frag, but it's actually going to be Valde here from North to deliver some sort of damage against Ence. MSL on towards the site, going to be swarmed, and without the fast kill, he's easily taken down.
Ooh, headshot there from Valde, though. Because it is just the 3-on-3. Ence, they've got the site control, they're in position, but X7 didn't realise Valde was going to go for the fast face. Sergey, with a nice response, though, however. Alu and Sergey, the last two remaining Ts. They're low, and Alu gets caught in the cross as he's trying to reposition, does go down, and it's up to the young gun to save the day. He's taking the fight, gets Kirby down so very low. Just one shot from either player will finish them off. That's all it takes. The Glock is going to be favored, the slightly faster tap time. But Kirby, the elevated angle, jumps up, hits him hard, jumps on the bomb, and that is going to be the round for North. Clutch pistol round. Kirby, all of these rounds that he's won have been so clutch.
Don't think Sergey realized he dinked KRB. If he knew he was 3 HP, he should have pressured the issue there. Had a massive advantage in terms of the numbers. Even though he was low himself, he's got a headshot angle. He's 2 shots away from going down against the USP, whereas Kirby's on 3 HP. Peek out, get that kill. Maybe gave him too much respect in the 1 versus 1, and maybe gave them too much room in this matchup. 7-9 as Ence finally do lose a pistol. North claim their first one in this best of 3 series, and the bomb was planted, so it's going to be the... I like to call this the CIS force buy. The reason is, we saw it mostly from Na'Vi, Flipside, those sorts of teams coming out of that region where one player would force, drop over the 1 AK, which means obviously into the next round, Sergey can't buy. They can still have AKs on 4 other players. But into this one, they have 1 AK they can go contact plays off of, but already down to just 40 HP.
When you think what's crazy, the average nade damage tends to be around 29 damage a round with HEs, right?
Right.
Look at the amount of damage done from 1 grenade there, just from AZ down Banana.
It's a lot. Minute left on the clock then. SMG onto AZ. And Nico, Famas for MSL, and apart from the M4s, but most importantly towards the B site, it's only AZ alone. All it needs is a smoke towards CT and he would be isolated, but there's no utility for Ence.
Push coming out towards this B site. Kirby has the Molotov. As soon as they get contact, dish out the molly, you start the blaze, and finding all the kills as well. Snods, it's looking very easy for North so far into this round as they are picking them to pieces. Ence aren't even getting a chance to use that AK. Now they might, as they wait. They basically have to commit towards the B play at this point. They're going to suspect the back push. Alu gets chucked over the weapon. He has the armor. It makes sense. Unfortunately, with the timing, though, if Sergey had the AK, he might have been able to kill MSL, but it does not matter. It wouldn't have anyway. It seems like the scoreline will be tied up as we get to an 8-9. Ence, they have to win this round to try and start to set the difference again. or North will begin to overtake and possibly bound out of control from there. I mean, if they win this round, Snods, they could really start to spiral.
Let's see then. If they win it, they will get to 10. If they lose it, North will be at 9-9, all squared up. And this match will get even more intense as North fight for their... I say their life, but it's not quite that intense, boys. It's a qualifier, remember. But they fight for their chance of being at Chicago. So, smoke in towards Arch. Push coming in towards Quad. MSL, Nico, all finding frags in their favor for their team. Aloe as well. Sergey, 8 HP for them as they just fall down by a gust of wind. A shot from the M4, tap to the body would take him out. And there you have it, 9-9. North looking very strong now in the second half.
And this is the reason why they can now overtake as well. This should be a 10-9 scoreline because Ence don't really have the cash. They lost that round. North can assert dominance and start to set up a good bit of stability on the CT side here. And Ence have to wait. Can't afford that rebuy. The aggression coming through once again as well. But Valde peeks out. AZ will get the first kill, even though some damage was traded back between the two sides. Constant spam through, heavy pressure dealed out towards top Banana in the first few seconds of the round there.
Ooh, peekaboo there from Alexa. Nice shot onto MSL, but a quick trade from AZ as he throws the weapons away and leaves himself with a USP, but the flashbang from the teammate Kirby with the utility usage saves him. And now 2 versus 3. Actually, Aerial had armor. But a very nice headshot there from Nico makes things easy. The spray down to find the final frag onto Ali makes it 10 for North. There was one point in this game, Jack, when we were saying we could see a 10-5 and 11-4 scoreline for Ence in the first half.
Yeah.
The first team to make it to double digits is North, and that is not a good sign for Ence going forward.
The crack's starting to show there, potentially, as issues do arise. Finally, they do have weapons again, though. The AKs have been brought through. Nades can be dished out very early on. The smoke from MSL as he wants to go for a peek down towards Banana. Everything's ignited, so no one can peek currently. That means he can set up and just hold the angle. If Sergey goes for the face, he should be able to get that pick, or if anyone pushes up from T-Spawn. However, if they get a kill on him, Snods, B site is completely open. They won't know that, but they can try and build off the back of it with the jump peek. He does spot out ahead. Still, he's dubious because of the angles, gets the first kill, now you fall back. You've done the damage already, that's all you need.
I'm a big fan of that peek there from MSL. Smoke ricochet off of the wall, the smoke blooms behind you, extinguishes the Molotov behind you, it gives you the vision down Banana. Very, very good peek there. Smoke coming in though from KRB will deny the push in from Ence towards the B bomb site for now. Going to be leaving Aloe here alone, then rotating the bomb back towards the A site as they take top mid control. Flashes are in. Peek was in towards balcony, but Aerial didn't go for the full commit round quad. So, North rotating players back towards the B site. They had Kirby here alone, but in reality, Ence are going to be concluding towards A. Stacked up towards quad as there's a crossfire between Valde and Nico. And that could be the difference maker here. Oh, what?
Aloe with a 360!
Didn't know we were watching Call of Duty, Jack.
Come, get the camera. They've got site control, Snods. What is going on now? Is they'll be able to plant that bomb. It's a 3 versus 2. AZ and Kirby here on the retake. This is going to be wild. Let's see if they can somehow bring this back, as it has gone into a very awkward position for the sides now. Kirby on the retake, working with AZ. They're going to start to bob in, get the info, clear the angles one by one. It's an awful sight to try and retake like this if you don't have any real utility to aid you, and they are bone dry going back through. The peak comes out as they start to detect everyone. The last team that remains is Alexib. He's on the site. He has been killed, and that'll be the defuse. Ence, they don't get themselves a 10th round. It isn't going to be close. It will be North with the advantage now on Inferno.
5 rounds, 1 in a row for North. And with that, that means the maximum round loss bonus for Ence, which is $3,400, plus the bomb plant of an additional $800 means Ence, every round they get the bomb down, they can still buy, even if they lose it. So we are going to be seeing the full investment regardless. 5 AKs, good utility as well. But so far, nothing's been working for them. We haven't seen a proper execution though from Ence. We haven't seen B execution yet. Haven't seen an A execution or an apps burst. Instead, it's all contact plays. Walking into B, walking up quad, for example. So, at what point do we see them execute towards one of the sites, especially a site as well MSL's AWPing at? To counter the AWP, you use utility, so smoke coffin, smoke CT, molly out emo, molly out back boxes, and flash in towards the site. That could be very, very effective. We know that North are holding top mid control, so why aren't they smoking arch, mollying onto the balcony, flashing up through boiler, peeking and clearing out that position and killing Valde? And here we have it, a flash. Ooh, and a very nice shot there from Sergey, but not quite the second, as AZ trades it back.
Yeah, the kills do come through. Site control going to be taken. Alexia with the shot on AZ. As they're building from this now. They've got 3 players on the site. The rotate's coming round. If Nico does go down mid, might be caught off guard by X7. Kirby's all in his lonesome, investing everything in to try and make a big play. Just on his Todd, and it could be a little bit awkward. Smokes are going to be chucked out. Ence are burning a lot of time off the clock here, making this harder and harder by the second. X7 will get dinked, but it doesn't matter. He finds success. Kirby is killed, and Valde has to vacate.
Well, Ence looking much better in that last round. Even then, though, Jack, they've won the round from Sergey walking into an AWP and landing the very, very swift headshot. So how repeatable is that round? Is that a round which they can do again, which they can grind out rounds versus North? Most likely not. So they need to do everything within their power to avoid being reset here in the 22nd round. Otherwise, you could be saying GG in this one, and we could be watching Nuke very, very shortly. So, 11 to 10. North with the bye, as they've used all the cash they have. This round could dictate our winner. North, if they lose it, they're going to be on 20 eco. Ence, if they win it, they're going to be economically reset. This round is for it all.
MSL. The constant aggression towards Banana. He's been able to get the first frag each and every time as he goes for the pick. So just runs into him, arms open. They're still just facing him. They know the AWP's there, but they just take the fight. And they go down. So it's Ence. They only have a trio of players left, and they don't have the bomb.
Very poor play coming out from Ence here, just walking one by one into rifle setups, into AWP scopes. Bomb. Gonna be conceded by North. They have a 5 versus 2 advantage. There's no reason stacking the players there and dying unnecessarily. Nico caught in the transition between Underbalk and Pit. That's about it. 1 frag is all, and Valde's pushed in towards second mid, so the bomb cannot be escorted in towards the A site, even though Alu has it in his domain. Even then, X7 walks into MSL's AWP, so things aren't looking too good here for the boys from Finland. As now Alu alone towards the A site. Could even go for the save on the AWP here, but it seems like he's still trying to find a few kills to try and dent that CT economy as much as possible. As the push comes in from Valde in towards the stairs, catches Alu off guard. Well, round number 23, Jack, 12 to 10. They might eco this. They've been reset. 4,000 for X7. I mean, Ariel can buy AK Kevlar. Alu can buy AK Kevlar Smoke Flash. X7 can do the same, Smoke Flash, AK Kevlar. But apart from that, 2 players can't buy. Ariel will have no grenades. If they lose that round, it's 13 to 10 for North, and then they have to go for the full eco. Then it's 14-10. Ence have won 1 round on their T side, while North have won 6.
And pause will come out. Ence probably debating about what has been going wrong, what they can switch up, as things just look pretty poor. Bit of a messy round there from them. MSL as well, he's been able to manhandle them towards Banana. Same thing every round, but they just don't counter it. They don't suspect it, apparently.
Well, the issue is they haven't seen it. Technically, we've seen it because we're casting, right? We see the smoke he does to extinguish the molly, to peek over it or through it. But if you're Ence, what have you seen so far? All you've seen is a smoke being put out and an AWP holding towards top Banana. You haven't seen the fact he's using it as a one-way. So Ence may still be unsuspecting of the play that MSL has done each round as soon as they molly towards top Banana. And MSL, how long is he going to be able to get away with it? We shall see. As Ence take the risky play. They've gone for the force behind the 3 AKs, 1 CZ and single UMP. Alu, aggressive in towards middle, spots for the cross in towards Vietnam. No one going to be going there just yet from Ence. Alu, wow. I was so used to seeing Alu take this pick. It's MSL, apologies. MSL going for the exact same pick we saw from Alu. But no one going to be giving him an arm, a shoulder, a leg, a head, nothing. As he falls back now and rotates towards Mini Pit, as he holds in towards Apartments now, changing his position time and time again. Very, very slow round here from Ence. They're expecting aggression from Valde in towards Apartments. They're expecting aggression from MSL towards Banana. Right now, North are playing very passive.
Smokes and flashbangs start to come over. Ence, they're trying to play more grouped up, at least into this round, not the individual style of CS where they're just peeking out and getting punished. Because of that, they do play together as a wolf pack. And these wolves are going to be howling as they set up, stare at the moon with the smokes, and then launch them in to try and go for this assault on the A site. The siege of the A bomb sites nods as they prepare for it. There is the counter Molotov, and at this point, the fact they still have nades on North, it's spending so much more time stripping that potential time away from the clock for Ence to make it rushed when they go for the final play. Alexib has been done in as well. Slain as he just gets overthrown by Kirby. The whole team is being toppled one by one. The only man that's trying to cause a bit of an uprising is Sergey, and he's not in a great spot because a nade just blown him out the server. He's been absolutely dunked on. Alu will be dead as well, and the whole team is as dead as a doorknob. That is it, 13-10. No cash either. This should be a 14-10 scoreline. Surely North have to take this map here and push this through to nuke.
Ence put all their eggs into the force buy basket. And now they're onto the full eco in the 24th, as you said. No money, no guns, nothing, no utility, no armor. So it should be a 14-10. North 2 away from closing this map out. Nico in towards second middle, able to have a field day here versus the unarmored opponents. Kirby as well peeking in towards Banana, going to be spotting no one. So North now know it's a big play towards the A site. MSL, the AWP, could get run down here if he misses the first shot. That's about the only danger North are in.
Another play towards the A site. Appears to be the order of the day. MSL is now over on A and still carries on, giving out big digs as he finds that kill. Easy headshots for AZ Snots. They peek one by one. Valde gets into the mix, but he's been sent down instantly. And 14-10 is now the scoreline. Ence, this is pretty much your last attempt to bring it back in your favor and start to get some swagger going, because otherwise North are just going to run away with this one and send us down to nuke.
Round number 25. North now 2 away from winning their respective map pick, and it seems very likely they shall. But Alu, aggressive now, trying to take the game into his own hands, and instead gives away the advantage over to North. Look at the aggression here from MSL in towards the apartments as well. X7 there, going to be chasing him down as MSL did miss the shot. Nico, though, going to spot the gun barrel out, but not before X7 spots the head. 4 versus 4. MSL still clearing out towards middle area, maybe walking into his device.
MSL misses with the AWP shot. Alexis actually does get finally an opportunity to fight back, and they're pushing out towards the bomb site now. The only thing is, these rounds have to be flawless, otherwise this could go to an overtime at the very least. And North realise they have the advantage here. They're willing to concede a round to not run out of all their economy far too early. Just back off, save this with the 3 weapons you have, give Ence a 1 round additional score, make it a 14-11, and then fight back after that point. Makes more sense for them.
Yeah, most definitely. Just going to save it here, as you said, 14-11. Save this round, take it on the chin. You still have a 3-round lead going into the 26th round. So save here, drop over MSL, or MSL actually with $8,000, who just buy himself. Maybe drop Nico as well if he wants to go for a full utility investment. And then from there, going forward, try and get the remaining 2. North getting very, very aggressive in that last round. MSL in towards apartments. Nico in towards the balcony. Remember, Alu basically suicided towards top banana. Gave away the first kill to AZ, and then you have a 5 versus 4, but North was so aggressive towards the other half of the map, they basically threw that lead away. So, buys from both sides here. Ali with the AWP on the T side, something we did not see from MSL in regulation. As this looks like it could be OT if Ence bring this one back. Surely we're destined for an overtime and a matchup of this caliber.
Ooh. So gone. Grass as well. Snart to take that map control down. Banana. Alexib is stuck here. Ooh, they actually creep past him. Alexib with a double kill. The opener's huge. That might have just saved them the day here, as they can push in towards the B site now if they go confidently and just charge in. But they're going to need to be able to beat the cave troll that is defending the front line. Easy. Tried to make him pay the toll, but instead he pays with his life. He's dead. Valde with a double kill. Does bring it back into a bit more of a manageable situation, but it's too late, Snods. It's a 2 versus 1. Site has been claimed. X7 going to wait for his teammate before he goes for the bomb plant, suspecting Nico to be close by. And Nico is in the 1v2. But Nico, he's not sure if this is a B take.
Goes back towards the A site, as you said. They're unsure as to where Ence are planted. And now with that, probably just going to save this one. If he saves, he can drop over MSL. AZ can buy, Valde can buy, Kirby could maybe get dropped a weapon or could buy himself, but one of the most utility, but it's not the biggest issue right now as they just need rifles. So 14-12 here for Ence. Obviously they are one map up in this series after winning Mirage 16-14. A very close second map here. As to be completely honest, when it was 9-1 up in favor of Ence, I thought this was going to be a swift 2-0.
It looked like it was going to be. It seemed very much to just be a map for Ence really to lock it down, Snods. But they always seem to struggle in those second halves. It goes on much longer than you feel like it should do. Mistakes start to be made, possibly, I don't know, panic, overconfidence, a lack of confidence in some plays. Sometimes it just seems like a little bit of a lapse in cohesion. You see players go for these little individual firefights, and it all mounts up and come back to bite them in the bottom. But round 27, 14-12 is the scoreline. They're 2 rounds away from equalising it. North 2 rounds away from a win. If Ence can bring this back, remember, they are the team with the 1 map advantage. They're the team that are close to going to Chicago right now. North are fighting for survival here in the qualifier.
Ence with full banana control, so they can set up for a very swift execution, but good. I say good. We'll go with average grenades going in towards top banana, thrown over the second oranges. Doesn't quite connect fully. Spray though from Kirby does connect. 5 versus 4 early on. The HE trying to see if he can finish off the job against AZ. They must have known he was onto low HP. Alu going in towards top mid. May try and keep 3 players here from North. Obviously, if he can make noise with the scope, hopes that someone hears that. Chucks out grenades on the balcony, smoke off Arch as well. He's trying to force Kirby towards the A site. But let's see if it's going to work.
He has fallen back ever so slightly, but now repositions, and luckily the correct call has been made for the CT, so the push comes in, Ace from the elevated angle with 1, but Aerial, he is not a fan of a man being up there, so he will deal with him. Kirby on the site has done more than enough damage getting that kill, though, and he's still going back for more than he suspected, but he didn't get the frag. Alu is low, but Bogdan's Law comes into effect. Snods, he's got the AWP, he's on 10 HP, and it's a 3 versus 2 as they bombard their way in. Bringing the ruckus. Alu, he's got to protect his neck in the 1v2 now. Peeking out, the nades come rolling in. He was so low he couldn't defend himself. And that is the 15th round picked up. North, they've got overtime potential 100% secured, and they are 1 round away from nuke.
3 match points now for North to close out this one. So, how much cash does Ence have for potentially the final round? Aerial has been dropped in AK, so they have got a full buy into this one. Obviously, no AWP for Alu. And again, has there been much room for the AWP to have much of an impact, to be honest? I mean, if no one's peeking towards quad, no one's peeking towards arch, no one's peeking in towards the balcony as well, it can be hard as an AWP to get an impact early on. When you think of entries in towards Inferno, it's rifles typically. But the AWPs are very strong in after-plant positions. From the back boxes on the B side, as you saw from Alu, towards Pit on the A site, with those long-ranged angles once the bomb's planted. But that's the big issue, is getting that bomb down. So, how Ence going to get the bomb down in this one? They tried the B site, they got in, they got the outer plant, but they lost too many players too early. And it seems that they're going to be positioning and posturing towards the A site. MSL holding towards the boiler position. X7 is in towards apartments. So that could be the room for the first frag here as the smoke comes in towards Arch. Spam from Valdi as well. Does connect some decent damage. The HEs as well doing even more. Halu down to 24 health.
All the tags coming through, the blindness, as everyone starts to reposition. Remember, this could be the winning round here if they go huge. Valde with one and the second. That could be it, set in stone now, Starters. They just need to find 2 more frags to win it. And Valde, he gets a triple, quite a fitting hat trick of frags to end that one, as it has got to be the free mapper. Of course it wouldn't be done in 2. It's for a spot at IEM Chicago. They're not going to let it go that easily.
Yeah, I mean, Valde tweeting out earlier today saying he really, really wants to go to Chicago, maybe one on his bucket list. Didn't want to go out quietly like that. So 1-1 in terms of maps, you know, 16-14 win for Ence in the first one, Mirage, 16-12 win from North. And remember, guys, North were down 9-1. They're a very slow starting team. Even in Mirage, they were down as well, 13-9, 13-8 or something, and they made it 16-14. North, I don't want to say they have to, you know, get better earlier, but how many teams are going to allow them to come back from a 9-1 lead, right? How many teams at the tier 1 level, which they're trying to break through to, are going to allow them to come back from those sorts of scenarios?
Yeah, you're not going to have that much breathing room in all of these fights. Ence, though, once again, struggling on Inferno towards the later stages. We've seen that quite historically with them now. They do run into a little bit of a mental block, it seems. Even on that T side, just odd misplays, but that is the end of that one, meaning it's Nuke, the decider, the last map we're going to see. 1 spot available for IEM Chicago, Ence and North battling it out on Nuke to see who will be taking it home. Find out who will win it after the break.